Well, I'm glad I chose not to camp. It's caused a bit of carnage in here, that storm. Well, it looks like the old campsite has survived. This big fallen tree, that's always been there. I think that probably come down in the hurricane in '87. It's been down donkey's years. But so yep, the old camp has survived. Let's move on down to the main camp. What are we going to find down here? I'm hoping not too bad. All the iffy trees in the area we cleared a long time ago. So unless anything big's come down, it should be alright. That big one there, that's been over like that for about a year now. From here, the campsite looks clear. You can see how much rain we've had. Actually got a little stream here now, where normally it's just like a muddy ditch. That's all filtering its way out down to the bottom end. So, first impressions. Oh, I think camp has escaped the worst of it. Thank God for that. I know it's all nature and so on, but it's just hard work to clear it all again. Good news. It's all as it should be. Thank God for that. A little bit of fresh fallen stuff here, just little stuff. Looks pretty dead. That's fallen in. It's obviously was standing in amongst that rhododendron. But that's all right. That'll all end up as fuel. But none of the bigger stuff around the periphery of the camp. They've all stayed up. That is good. Now I must apologise if the film quality and the audio is a bit iffy. My phone that I use most of the time, I normally get good results from, it's having a bit of a hissy fit at the moment. It's videoing fine, but the audio is really muffled, almost like you've got your thumb over the microphone. So I'll try and do something with that, but for the time being this is it. It's an old digital camera of mine which does have basic video capabilities, but it's basic, so yeah, I'm sorry if it's not quite up to scratch. Now I needed to come out today. I haven't been out in the woods for so long. Now that storm's blown through and we've actually got a dry, sunny morning. I hate being indoors for too long. I feel so trapped almost. I get quite depressed if I stay indoors. So yeah, I was coming out today regardless, but it's actually turned into a nice morning. A little bit windy, but not too bad. The other thing is, of course, I wanted to check out the campsite after that bad storm we had and the flooding, that it was still okay, because next weekend I don't have a lot of option. I'm camping regardless. A friend of mine, Brian, who's up in the Midlands, is coming all the way down here to do a camp with me, and we've had to reschedule once already, and I can't let him down. So I wanted to check out that everything was usable before he made the long trek. Yeah, there's plenty of other places I could go locally, but this is, you know, a known spot. I've camped here a lot. There's firewood here, there's a fire pit here, there's a definite flat spots because he's bringing a tent. Yeah, it just takes a lot of the thinking out of it. It's an easy place to host someone. So I had to come and check it out, and gladly I'm finding no damage, which is bloody excellent. There's been so much on the way in. I'll stick a few photos up in a second of you know, some of the trees that are down, one thing another. It's actually not quite as bad as I thought it could be, because we've had weeks of heavy rain, so the ground is really soft, and being a sort of predominantly clay area, it doesn't really soak away properly. It just makes the top of the ground like really soft and gooey. As soon as you add some wind, the trees have got nothing to anchor into solidly. Of course, they just come over. But the camp has survived. Now that's made me smile. We've actually been very lucky. That's the nearest big fallen trees, just in that little valley there where the stream is, where we gather water from sometimes. If I just pan you round, here's the campsite. So yeah, fallen trees all over the place, but it looks like we've been spared. Right, I come in that direction, which is often the route that I walk in, because it's sort of like the most direct from where I park anyway. But, oh, blowing me sun. Sorry about that. Let me get behind a tree. I'm going to take that path back out, which is the one that we use more. It's a little bit longer, but it's easier going, especially with a full pack on. I'll just check what the route is that way on the way out. And that's good to see. The ancient yew tree has survived. I thought he would though. It's fairly sheltered here in this piece. It's just over the edge of the woodland, and it's high ground to the south, which is where all that wind was coming from. And also, he's pretty stout at the bottom. It's going to take quite a bit to take him down. I did a video here once and walked around that. It was 16 paces around the thing. It's bloody massive. It looks like he might have lost a few branches. There's a couple down here as well, but the main part of the tree is still in one piece. So here, keep going for another 1,000 years or however long he's been here. It really is a monster. Then bits that side, they were already down. Pines come a cropper over there. But, yeah, a few big trees down, but to be honest, I was expecting it to be worse. It was bloody rough, and as I say, after all that rain as well, it's quite surprising that there isn't more down in here. Those that have come down are quite dramatic, but gladly nowhere that it's going to bother me too much.